Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another awesome episode here we have in store for you tonight. This is Mark, my brother Jim, and this is Jam's Rock Talk. And we are two brothers who love to talk about classic rock and roll, but we're going to do some different things now. We're going to try something very different. So tonight, we decided we're going to bring up a topic that is pretty new and cutting edge, and that's how AI is now beginning to infiltrate the music industry. And we got a little thing queued up for you to listen to. So without further ado, we're just going to get into the video and
react to it. And
we're going to react to this thing called Smother, produced by AI to sound like Nirvana. And then we'll give you a little bit of descriptor after this is all done. But we're going to go ahead and roll this tape, and we're just going to sit back and listen to this thing for the first time and give you our thoughts afterwards. So here we go. Go ahead, Jim. Play this thing.
I learned to shoot his gun, truth covered in security, but I think I'm having fun. I wear this gaze system, this brand new face to prove. I could eat your heart-shaped box for food. Gotta find a new complaint until it's wrong. So what it means? He said I know you're right. You never lost control. In the past, where did you smother me? Hey, wait, I got a mosquito. In all the air is all escape. You know you're paranoid. I left black and I can't complain. Afraid of my mouth at this. I will never fall, you know it's wrong. I'll take it that it's wild. I'm on you and you're me for good. You said I know you're right.
Wow.
You never lost control. In the past, where did you smother me?
What an
I like them, I can't pretend. 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 I learned to shoot his gun, truth covered in security.
It has that hook.
I think I'm having fun. I wear a gaze system when they said I know you're right. You never lost control. In the past, where did you smother? In the past, where did you smother? In the past, where did you smother me?
Wow. I'm not sure what I just watched right there.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you.
There you have it.
So the person who put it together basically taught the AI machine by feeding it the catalog of Nirvana, the lyrics of their songs, the melodies.
Well, it's evident. You can hear all that.
Yeah, and even the style, just the sound recordings, I'm assuming. And boy, you can hear a lot of little traces of different songs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the hook, essential for any good, successful song. It was in there. AI has learned to write, at least in the sense that a basic song, we'll call it basic. How's that?
Yeah.
Now, for me, the video part was intriguing, but it wasn't, it seemed very AI to me to start with. I've seen enough AI stuff right now that it wasn't that impressive. I think how it wrote the lyrics and put it together musically is interesting. but I definitely know that was not generated by humans. Let's put it that way. It was just too, I don't know, I want to say too clean, too perfect, too everything was like, yeah, it had all their Nirvana sounds, right? But definitely not Nirvana.
Well, so here's
how
my
how does that change? How does that work though? Whatever band, I mean, anybody can just go in now and say, I want Led Zeppelin to play my term paper. You know, I just saw somebody having read a term paper by Snoop Dogg, and it was just like Snoop Dogg reading a term paper. So
yeah. Well, so here's my take on it. We're still in the early stages. I mean, this is just scratching the surface. What's coming down the pike is going to be amazing. I think it's already pretty amazing.
Hold on. When you say amazing, what do you see? What is the future for you? What do you see here down the future?
Well,
that's going to be amazing.
This particular song, as a for instance, Kurt Cobain has been dead since 1994. I think that's when he passed away. You know, well over, it's almost 30 years. And this is a song now that is using his voice, essentially, writing in his style. And it's almost like the holograms that are coming into vogue in concerts, where they're taking dead artists and they're using holograms as the avatar. And
I think that's more of a gimmick than it is like true AI.
Right now it's somewhat of a gimmick, but I see it as potentially being.
But here's the thing with that hologram thing. You could go and buy a ticket for a concert, go to a stadium, and the whole show is done by hologram. They could be freaking, hanging out in someone's basement, and they're just like playing in the basement, and you're seeing this incredible show on stage. It's a hologram, but where is the real musician? I mean, who's going to stand up for the live, the real human being part of it? That is where we get the idea.
Yeah, but it can be argued as well now that some people go out there and lip sync and use backing tracks, and so
okay, but at some point they actually wrote the lyrics, hopefully, or they've at least performed them in a studio setting, whether they lip sync or not because they were told to or because they just can't pull it off. For that matter, you have autotune that's been around forever now, and that's changed music, and I just hate autotune because if you can't sing the song, then you have no business singing. That doesn't make you a bad writer. It just doesn't make you that front person who's supposed to be singing it. Get somebody else. I mean, I have my druthers. Obviously, it's very obvious that I'm not a big fan of this at the moment because I think it's a big interference. I always want to see every musician play their own instrument, no gimmicks, no auto-tune. If you're going to make a bad note happens. That's being human.
Well,
I don't know.
The thing is the cat's out of the bag, and there's no going back. This is only going to continue to get better. I think it is going to be an interesting few years to see where this does go. And
well, do you suppose, I guess the bigger question, do you suppose the music industry as a whole should be really concerned and maybe have an open discussion with musicians and say, hey, how is this going to affect this going down the road here? What kind of problems
that is an important that is an important argument because the whole Hollywood writers strike and actors strike, not all of it, but a big portion of that strike was this whole use of using their likeness as in AI and not allowing that to happen. Every time we have a new technology that comes about, there's always this there's this for and against, and they're very strong camps. For instance, you and I'm for and you're against in many ways in this argument. Back when
I think I would be more in tune to this if there were some safeguards in place. Right now, that's just so open ended. There's so
yes,
many
and that will happen because you think about 23 years ago when Napster came about. That was the platform. That was the music sharing on computers, and the music industry did not respond to it.
They did not embrace that at all.
Well, they
Now
didn't. Not only
streaming
did
is
they not
everywhere.
embrace
That's
it,
the
they
thing.
fought it, and it was a losing battle because things were
Mhm.
going to change anyway. And they were very late getting on the bandwagon. It was well after Apple and others had taken over the industry. And so
Yeah.
I think the same is with AI. Do we know where it's going? No, I don't think we do. But I do
Oh, it's in
see
its infancy. That's for
it.
sure.
Was that?
It's definitely in its infancy. That's why I like to hear sometimes when there's a bad note or a string pops. That's part of the live performance. That's part of the music process. I think the process is important. That was replicating Nirvana, what we heard, but that was not Nirvana. And yet the words were kind of Nirvana-ish, but not, because they were taking words and sentences and just re-scrambling that, and that was evident. So how serious can I take that? I don't know. I don't really.
Well, it's in its infancy, and it has a ways
I think this
to go,
is like a trial run. I get it. I understand that, but I'm nervous for musicians down the road and how this could greatly affect the music industry.
Yep.
But that's just me. I mean, everything has its own problem, as you pointed out earlier. So it's like it's in its infancy, and you got to work out the kinks, if you will. So,
well, so on that note,
I was just going to say
complete
that.
this, and the irony will be that when I go to edit this video and the audio, I'm going to use AI tools that are being used in the music production world already. They're making
but you
huge
did produce
inroads.
the music. That's the thing. You're letting the AI do the production part of it, and that again also I think is a human touch. But if the human touch can manipulate the AI to make it perfect to whatever that producer wants, then that's a good cause. And all right, well, with that, I think we've opened up a big can of worms, and that was kind of the whole point of this one. But hopefully everyone got into this and we stirred your imagination a tad bit. Tune in for our next video, which hopefully will be another reaction video, and we'll see what happens. So stay tuned, hit the like button, make a comment, definitely subscribe. More content like this is coming your way. So I'm Mark. This is my brother Jim. You guys have a great one. We'll see you on the next one. Take care, everyone.